So salespeople don't fail because they don't know what to do. It's often because they aren't comfortable doing it. As an example to this, you may teach sales folks to negotiate and to use give to get frameworks and to say no and to push back on client requests or to explain what things like material breach are to a client and how that can impact a negotiation. You may teach them all these things, but until they are comfortable with them, all that they're thinking in the back of their mind is, if I do this, I'm going to lose the deal. Or I'm worried that if I do this, they won't buy from me, or they won't like me, or we'll delay it too long, or something along those lines. And so it's not a lack of knowledge. And I know this because when I review calls with sellers, and when I talk to sellers and lead sellers, and I see certain situations and I ask them, hey, why'd you do it this way? Or how would you approach this situation? They will give me the right answer. They know the textbook way. But then when I'll say, why didn't you do it? You get a million excuses, and almost all of them are rooted in fear. And so how do you as a leader, or how do you as a seller get past that fear? And that really sits with risk. And there's safe places to take risk, and there's more risky places to take risk. Practicing on your clients is a more risky place. Practicing with your peers, with your leader, with yourself in the mirror, that's a less risky. And that's why role plays are so important. And I know you as a seller hate role playing, but one of the things that I did when I first was getting into sales is I would literally role play with my girlfriend, who's now my wife of 15 years. And she'd laugh at me, but it was a safe place. I would watch myself in the mirror doing the thing. I would sit in my car before a meeting, because I did most in-person sales back then, and I would literally just close my eyes and envision myself in the conversation that I was about to have. I would spend 30 minutes before a negotiation or before a meeting prepping for it and walking through the different angles and how I was going to approach them. I took the time to be prepared. And by doing that, so much of the fear disappeared, and so much as I practiced these things, they became second nature and they worked. So you may, as a seller, think the right answer, and I believe that you do, but the real question is, are you comfortable? So much of sales training focuses on product. You need to know your product. You need to be a product expert. And yes, I agree. It is important to be an expert in the industries and products that you are selling into. However, your buyer buys more because they trust you, they like you, they feel like you are credible. How much of that goes to your comfort level, your confidence level, and your level of passion for what you are doing? I guarantee people have bought from me over the years because they're like, hey, look, frankly, you all sound the same, but David, I trust you the most. And so much of that comes from, one, deeply understanding them and their situation, but also just being my authentic, goofy, genuine self, and also having practiced my craft and role-played my craft and gotten comfortable with my craft to a point where I can just be me and just do it in my sleep. And I challenge you, yes, be a product expert, and yes, be a domain expert, but are you also working on yourself? And are you also working on how you message things and how you come across and the tone you use and the body language and your level of confidence and happiness in what you are doing? Because so much of that is infectious. People buy from you, and they buy because they like you and they trust you. And that is something that is hard to teach, and it needs to come from authenticity, and it needs to come from you being your genuine self. So yes, it's one of those things where it's, can you practice that? You absolutely can, because the more comfortable you feel in the skin that you're living in and in the seat you're sitting in, the more your people will feel that coming from you, and the more comfortable and confident they will be buying from you. Ready to build a team that executes with confidence? Learn more at thesalescollective.com.